Hello everyone, I'm Marina and it's Sakramel School. Why does a coating look uneven after a couple of weeks? All bumpy. That's caused by base coat shrinkage. What can we do to fix it? Watch in today's video. Let's get into it. Here are the nails. There is base coat alignment, and it was done at a nail salon, but my model guessed that the nail tech was a beginner. That's why this manicure did not cost that much. There were filing mistakes, pulling, and lifting of the coating. Well, all the range of issues a beginner nail tech may face. I removed the old coating and all the liftings. And now let's talk about shrinkage. Some materials tend to shrink in the process of polymerization or due to any kind of deformation. When the coating is getting cured in the lamp, it slightly shrinks. And a client may even feel this effect. It's kind of a tightening feeling. Just like when we wear shoes that are too tight for us. Please share in the comments if you have ever had it. I'm sure you've noticed that the nails tend to curl under the coating if you wear it for too long, and the curves get bigger. Deformation often causes this shrinking effect. For example, when a person wears a gel coating, the nails curl a bit, and the material stretches like rubber. As a result, the coating shrinks in those areas. It's a common issue for long nails, as well as for plastic or rubber base coats. The free edge bends with time and deforms the coating. A few years ago, it happened every other time. Since most of the bases were plastic, I'm sure many of you have experienced it. Then we got harder materials, like gels and polygels. So that issue is not that common now. Nevertheless, any nail tech may face it failing to use the right material or not knowing its properties. So how do we avoid shrinking? First, we can use harder gels or polygels or hard base coats. You can easily check base coat plasticity. For this, do an aligning layer over a glossy surface, cure it in a lamp, wipe off the tacky residue, gently peel it off, and try to bend it. Check if it gets deformed. If it doesn't bend and crashes, then it's a hard base. So, to avoid this effect on the nails later, I recommend you do a thin layer of a rubber base coat first, and then align it with a hard one. Or we can use harder sculpting materials. Today I will be using acrygel and gel for strengthening. They will secure the nail and won't shrink throughout wearing. Though there's a huge variety of gels nowadays, some are rather soft and plastic. Strengthening, just like hard base coats. So I also recommend you test out your hard gels, if they are plastic enough. I have removed the coating, done a manicure and a nail prep, and now I will do a thin layer of a clear rubber base coat with no alignment. We need this for a better bonding between the nail and the coating. If we go with the hard material right away, it's likely to lift up near the cuticle. To build up the missing sides and extend the broken nail, I will be using this multi-gel by Man in Cover Pink. I love this acrygel since it's really fine and it's easy to spread and align. It also lasts pretty well. If there's a gap between the nail and the form, we just cut it out deeper. These forms are metallic. They hold the shape well. The form will stay in the shape we put it into. It won't open up. That's an advantage of such forms. So make sure to take it into account. Now I make cuts and cut out the ears. You must have noticed that the last phalange of the pinky nail goes sideways. We can't follow this natural pattern, so we tilt the form to the left a bit along the central axis to fix the growing pattern visually for an elegant look. After this sculpting, my model said that her pinky had never been that straight and even. I set up the form, and for a sharp square we can trim the tip a bit and move on to the layout. I grab a small acrygel drop and put it on the form. If the form is not steady enough, we can do a thin layer of a clear base coat first. Then the form won't get under the nail causing layering. If you go with acrygel right away, try not to press too hard on the form. Again, to prevent layering under the nail. Keep the layer thin if you want to clip the free edge. I'm sculpting a sharp square shape. To help spreading it, I'm using some aligning liquid. There are layers in the ingrows points due to filing mistakes. We can build them up with acrygel, but there should be a straight line from the ingrows point to the free edge. It's crucial for a beautiful square shape. I will build up the architecture with a sheer pink gel. The color may look intense in the jar, but it is translucent. And when we lay it out, it looks really natural. I do a thin layer first, then put a drop and spread it. It should not be perfect at this point. I will need to file it anyways, and filing is faster than aligning. With aligning, the surface won't get that smooth. So after the layout, I prefer to file the nails to perfect them. Now I send it to cure in the lamp. After 30 seconds, we can clip the nail in the ingrows points. The material is still soft. It's either too thick or not cured well enough. It may be due to wrong finger position. So I send it back into the lamp to cure it more. Do you like manicure and nail extensions? If you do, join my new online course on nail sculpting, from zero to pro, and get your certificate. The course is available worldwide. For more information, click the link in the description box below. Now I move on to filing. At this point, we need to keep what we've been building up: the lower parallels and the side walls. Sure, there are tons of nuances for a square shape. So check out my video on filing different nail shapes. I'm sure it will be helpful for pros and beginners. I touch up the surface, and don't forget about the inside. I file out the natural nail to form an arch. The nails shouldn't be more than 1 millimeter thick. Once I've buffed the surface, I can proceed with nail art. I will do geometric lines with white gel polish. I'm using a long brush for a straight line. Zoomed in, the line looks uneven due to the rough nail surface. But we won't notice it under a top coat. I will also add stickers and sliders. I paint a line across the middle nail and cure it. Now let's add sliders. Since the surface is matte, they won't attach to it, so I add some primer for tackiness. This life hack will help with the sliders. I will stamp my slider with this stamp. I love this technique. And to remove the film around the pattern, I will use more primer. It will dissolve it, so we won't see it under the top coat. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you love the life hacks. Then I will know you found them helpful. Now I do a medium top coat layer. And when the bottle is almost full, There is gel dripping from the brush. I don't see it from the top view, but you do see it from the side view. Now I pull the excess from the free edge to keep it thin. And here's a final look. Such nails need gel strengthening. But every nail tech has to ace a base coat technique. Check out more videos on nail alignment to avoid common mistakes. Success in your work. Good luck. Bye-bye.